Welcome to the Athyx Chronicles podcast, a platform where narrators and voice actors can showcase their talents to the world. If you're a narrator, voice actor, or you would like to sponsor an episode, message us on our website, wsclass.xyz. I'm the creator and host, WS Klass. I hope you enjoy what this podcast has to offer. Be sure to show your support to those who bring these stories to life. Raven's Gambit is a work of original fiction inspired by the worlds of classic fantasy and science fiction. This podcast is not affiliated with, endorsed by, or associated with Wizards of the Coast, Lucasfilm, Disney, or any other intellectual property holders. All characters, orders, and concepts, including mystics and the Wu-Fi, are original creations or transformative elements developed for non-commercial storytelling. Listener discretion is advised.
My lovelies, do you enjoy thrilling fairy tale retellings involving a sketchy frog? What about a little vampire romance with twists and turns? Or maybe a fairy having a battle to the death with a troll is your favorite kind of read? If any of those stories pique your interest, then please go to MadamCrystalButterfly.com, where I have several exciting fantasy stories that will definitely appeal to your sense of adventure and thrills. Once again, the stories are at MadamCrystalButterfly.com.
And now, on to our production of Raven's Gambit.
Death was only the beginning. 69 souls. One impossible choice. Welcome. To Raven's Gambit.
Raven's Gambit, Episode 3, The First to Tread. Written by W.S. Klass. Narrated by Bradford Wilson.
The tension in the encampment was thick as incense. Wu-Fi users, warriors, scholars, and mystics stood in tight-knit circles, their voices hushed, their expressions grim. The encampment became a temporary sanctuary, neutral ground, where rival creeds had at last lowered their blades and egos in pursuit of a higher cause. Raven watched from afar. In a rare moment of unity, the gathered leaders had come to a conclusion. Diplomacy had prevailed where threats would have fractured them. They would form 12 teams. Each would enter Ashspire 1 hour behind the last, in staggered succession like pulses of light into an abyss. The logic was simple. If one group failed, the next would be close enough to respond, learn, and adapt. The risks were undeniable, but the alternative, chaotic incursion, would be a death sentence. The first group was already chosen. Their task was grim. Break ground, test the mountain's response, and carve the first trail into the belly of this legend-shrouded tomb. At the head walked a man of few words and lethal precision. Kale whisper Stonemarch, moved like wind, through trees seen, barely heard, and gone before his name could be remembered. Once a sniper on blood-stained borders, he was now a mercenary tracker, sought for the kind of recon work others were too loud or too slow to survive. His fingers tapped lightly on the fletching of his arrows as he surveyed the fog-draped horizon ahead. Ashspire loomed like a fang of the gods. At his side strode Ellerin Duskroot, the archivist. He was tall, angular, his cloak frayed by age and salt winds, face hidden under the hood of the Silent Order. He spoke rarely, but when he did, the words dripped like honeyed ink from a forgotten tome. He muttered verses from text no one else remembered, quoting philosophies that hadn't been taught in centuries. His knowledge would guide them through arcane puzzles and forgotten defenses. 2 others bore the aura of dragons. Kale Emberblood, a dragon shaman blessed by Bahamut, walked with an aura of thunder and resolve. His steps resonated like distant drums of stormfronts, his armor etched with lightning motifs. Across his chest hung vials, small, preserved scrolls of divine scripture, a sacred talisman to ward off the mountain's corrupting grip. He was a bulwark, his aura meant to shield allies from whatever darkness Raven had stirred. Beside him, his grim echo, Varric Dustwither, a hexblade of morbid charm and quiet fury. He treated prophecy like a punchline and fate like a forgotten joke. Though he followed the plan, he trusted no god, no cause, only the curve of his steel and the twitch in his left eye when death drew near. Kaito Shadowstep, ninja of the Suzuku, flitted just behind them, soundless and spectral, raised to kill without leaving a ripple. Kaito had been trained to stalk demons and generals alike. Now, his piercing eyes scanned every crevice, every shifting shadow. His blades were ready, but he hoped not to use them until it was necessary. Trailing the group was Jahari Malik, the nomadic scout from the desert realms. His cloak was stitched with sand-blown thread and whispers of tribal runes. His instincts, honed across storm-choked dunes, were invaluable. He could read terrain like a story and sense disturbance in wind and stone. While the others looked for enemies, Jahari listened to the land itself. 6-9 would eventually walk into the mountain, but 6 now descended first. The sky above roared softly, clouds parting around the gaping maw of Ashspire. A hot wind exhaled from the entrance, sulfur, rot, and something older. As Kale motioned the group forward, the others behind, those still waiting at the encampment, watched in silence. Some prayed, others sharpened weapons. A few clenched talismans until their knuckles whitened. After lighting torches, the first group disappeared into the mist. Their story, whatever it would become, had already begun. And somewhere, deep within the heart of the Citadel, Raven smiled. Until next time.
Join us for the next episode of Raven's Gambit, Episode 4, Stillness, Then Strike.
Raven's Gambit, chosen by the fire. Every soul ascending, climbing ever higher. Raven's Gambit, destiny ignites. Through the endless darkness, we become the light.
If you're enjoying Raven's Gambit and the Athyx Chronicle podcast, be sure to explore the other worlds created by authors W.S. Klass. From dark fantasy and psychological thrillers to science fiction, horror, and unforgettable adventures, there's something for every reader. Whether you're searching for epic heroes, chilling mysteries, thought-provoking tales, or stories that keep you turning pages late into the night, W.S. Klass has a journey waiting for you. Visit wsclass.xyz to discover available titles, upcoming releases, and audiobooks, and more. Thank you for supporting independent authors and storytellers.
Thank you for listening to Raven's Gambit, a story rooted in inspiration but uniquely its own. All references to characters, relics, and philosophies, including the Wu-Fi and the Mystics, are fictional and not intended to represent or infringe upon any existing works. Support the creators who inspired you, and may the Wu-Fi be strong in your signal. Support the creators you love, and may the dice always roll high.